Hello, and welcome to Lost Storytime.
Hello.
Today, we have a different kind of episode than we've had.
Oh, do we?
Yeah, kind of similar to one we've already had.
Okay.
So, a lot of these ideas, they come off, and they, even when you come up with the idea, you're like, there's no way this will ever be a novel or a movie or a story. This one's one for the short story collection.
Oh, okay.
So what I did is I looked at some of those, and I've been having a hard week. So this week is going to be horror short stories
Oh.
that I have some idea for, but maybe not a complete idea for. And so that's what we're gonna do.
Okay.
Something a little less lighthearted, more heavy-hearted,
Okay.
and hopefully they're scary. I'm going to try to make them as intense as possible, but again, I didn't think these would be good enough to actually become anything other than podcast fodder.
Okay.
So, let's kick it off. I don't have any more intro. Do you want to talk about the podcast we just did for your podcast?
Well, hello. I'm Esty Nona of the Skin Chat podcast. And we just recorded Skincare Basics. So if you would like to learn more about that, go check us out check me out at the Skin Chat podcast.
Yeah, I edited that earlier, and
Yeah.
it's uploaded now. We're on, I don't know, I guess people listening would know, but we're on Google, Apple, and Podbean.
Google.
Google. We're on Google Play,
Mm-hmm.
Apple Podcast,
Yeah.
Google Podcast,
Yeah.
and Podbean.
Yep.
So each one of those is a separate application. We're not going to do any more.
Okay.
We might, if the money's right.
Okay. Let's not kid ourselves. There's no money here.
No, I was looking, though. We're getting close to our free Podbean fill-up.
What?
So when you go pro, you can actually start putting ads in there.
Oh,
So-
very cool.
I think we've been trying to limit these 30 minutes, so behind the scenes you get 5 hours free.
Mm-hmm.
30-minute episodes is 10 episodes.
Right.
I think we're about 3.5 hours left on each of ours.
Wow.
So that's, I don't know, 27 shows. I'm not good at math,
You're really not good at math.
but yeah, I was looking at it today, and one of the things you can do is add ads into the into the premium, the next level up.
Okay. Well, that
Yeah.
sounds exciting.
Yeah,
I think.
yeah. It's for both our podcasts, it'd be $20 a month.
Oh, okay. Wait. We have to pay to have ads in our podcast?
We have to pay for Podbean to host it.
Oh.
Ads will pay us.
Okay.
Podbean's not supplying the ads.
Okay.
Podbean is just saying you can have ads.
Okay.
They're not giving us money from ads.
Okay.
Yeah, they're like, you got to get more. I looked at it. You got to get more than
What
6.
does it say? I mean, if you got to pay for something like that, it's probably a scam.
Yeah, well, they're probably not gonna. We're probably not gonna get ads. The last episode had 6 listens,
Well,
but you know,
we've only uploaded like 3 for each of our podcasts.
That's right. Manscaped is also desperate, so we might
What?
manscaped.com.
I have no idea what that is.
Well, it's on every man-centric podcast. It's about trimming your balls.
Oh, well, that would explain why I do not know what that is.
Yeah, it's an electric razor for your balls.
Okay, well, cool.
All right, let's start this off. So,
Excuse me.
it's been pretty shitty for the last 14 days.
Oh, I'm
For
so
me?
sorry.
Yeah. So let's kick this off before we get into horror. Let's bring it up a little bit.
It wasn't me, was it?
No, it was not you.
Okay.
let's kick this off with a joke.
Okay.
So it's God talking to an angel.
Okay.
And God says, okay, I think this one is pretty much done. And the angel says, sir, all we have are tails. And God says, just call them snakes and be done with it. Because snakes are just tails.
Okay. Okay.
I did not say let's start with a good joke.
That is true. You did not.
All right. Let's bring this down.
Snakes are living creatures, babe. They deserve respect.
Snakes eat rats.
Yes, they eat pests. Just like spiders eat bugs. They are a necessary part of the food chain.
Yeah, spiders scare the shit out of me, but I don't kill them
Well,
because
they are scary.
I hate bugs.
They are scary, but they eat bugs, so they're good for our environment. Don't kill them.
All right, I think we're recording again. That was weird. We never stopped
Elevator music.
like that before. Yeah. All right, so I have all the stories. We're gonna do 5 stories.
Oh my God!
Well, they're
In
short.
one episode?
Yeah, they're short stories though, so there's no character development or anything. It's this happened, this happened, this happened. The end.
Okay.
So I thought we would start with one that I actually have written but don't plan to publish. It's on
Ooh.
a website. Not going to give out the name of the website, but it's where we got the name of this podcast. It was from the website.
But it is your website, right?
It is my website. There's a couple of other stories on there.
Oh,
That
you
I-
don't want to give it away.
I don't want to give it away.
Okay.
All right, so this one is actually called Under the Bed, and it's a poem.
A poem?
A poem.
A poem?
How do you say it?
Poem?
Poem. Poem. Poem.
Poem.
I don't know how you're supposed to say it, but everyone who I've ever heard say it has said it wrong.
But you...
Like, I've never heard it where I was like, oh, that's it.
Poem? Is that not right?
It probably is. It sounds wrong to me. Like, poet sounds right,
Right. So it's a
Poetry?
poem.
but poem does not sound right. Poem,
Poet. Poem.
yeah, it doesn't sound right.
Okay.
All right, so this is the first time on this podcast where I'm actually reading something as opposed to just making shit up on the fly.
Okay, well.
Brandon watched the homework pile up. He watched the monsters outside run amok. His thoughts were of scared boys and girls, of riding dragons with humps and whirls. He dreamed of teeth and claws. He heard children's screams and monster calls. Brennan wished that he could play, but his parents are making him do homework today. He wished he could go and meet the alien beast, but if he didn't do his homework, he was dead meat. Not from the slimies who tormented outside, but from his mom and from his dad.
She's scary.
He tried to write the monster a note. He told them to come back later and even a joke. He looked to see if any monsters picked up his letter, but the only thing near was a zombie Irish setter. So he started out to do his work, but he kept thinking of the things that crawl and the things that lurk. He accidentally fell asleep dreaming of his horrible monster buddies.
Aw.
He never did his math, his English, or any other studies. Then he woke to a scream and a shout, opened his door to his room, and he ran out. He went in a bolt of the stairs, and you know what he saw?
What?
A creepy ate his ma and pa. Brandon smiled, then went outdoors, where he met a monster who walked on all fours, and the monster ate him. And that's the end of the poem.
Oh my goodness. Okay.
Yeah,
What's
it
a creepy?
was a creepy?
Yes.
That's a poem.
What's a creepy that ate the mom and pa?
It's just a poem word for a monster. It's a synonym.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's what you can get away with stuff like that in writing.
Okay.
You can be like, it's this because I ran out of words that meant it.
Well, what was his name?
Brandon?
Brandon. Yeah, I relate very much to him because I often think of those things while I'm trying to study.
Yeah, well, I think it didn't come across, but he was a fan. He wanted to go play with those things.
Yes. No, I got that.
Okay. And then he did. He got the chance. And
Right. He wanted to go play in his imaginary world instead of studying like we all do. We
Well,
all
this-
hate doing homework.
this was a real world.
Oh.
Yes, this was actually happening.
Oh.
And then he finally got the chance, and he went out,
And he died.
and he got eaten. That was written in the vein of Shel Silverstein.
Oh, Shel Silverstein.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. All right. Let's do, I'll tell you what. 1, 2, or 3, I'll let you pick.
Well, I'm going to pick 3.
All right. Three's a good one. So this one, actually, I don't know why, but we'll do another episode on it, but I have a bunch of sci-fi stories.
Okay.
And I'm not a sci-fi guy, but I have a bunch of them, and this is one of them, but I felt like it would fit here
Okay.
pretty well.
Okay.
So this is,
Is it aliens?
it is aliens.
Yes.
So there's we'll call it, I don't know, Elon Musk has chartered a flight to Mars.
Okay. Excuse me.
And these people have become the people to go to Mars, and somehow they'll survive the trip. That doesn't matter.
Uh-huh.
And they get there. And the reason this has been funded is we started getting all these signals from Mars of life.
Oh, okay.
Oh, shit, there's life on Mars. We're going to get there. And so we find where the signal is the strongest. And we
All the
send-
single Martians.
all the
The
singles-
single Martians.
That's right. So we send the spaceship there,
Okay.
and nothing happens. They get there without issue.
Awesome.
So the people get there, and they're looking around, and they're there for a day, 2 days, a week, 2 weeks, a month. And then finally they radio back to Earth, and they go, hey, bad news, there's nothing here. It was all just a glitch. There's no reason to send anyone else. There's nothing here.
Hmm.
They're like, can we talk to somebody else? Like, no, they're all in the shitter.
What?
I'm like, oh, okay,
Shitter.
cool. That sucks. And then what happens is the transmission shuts off,
Okay.
and the guy looks around and he goes, was that good enough?
Wait, what?
Yeah, so it would be kind of a Twilight Zone kind of feel, but it's the Martians had captured him, killed everyone else, and he was the one sending out
Oh, okay.
the, hey, don't send anyone else here. There's nothing to see.
Okay. I thought that was a little weird to say.
Yeah,
I get that. Okay, so they took him prisoner and
right. So they
Okay.
threatened his life.
okay. I see you, Martians. I see you.
Yeah. All right, 1 or 2.
One.
One?
Uno.
Okay, this one I vaguely remember. This one actually was in a dream.
Oh boy.
And
We
so
know how your dreams are.
yeah,
Well, I know.
I have weird dreams. But it's this phrase, and I think the phrase is actually the entire story. And I think I was probably reading, it's kind of based on a creepypasta.
Oh, those things are so weird.
So I'll tell you the creepypasta. It's really short.
Okay.
There's a little girl in her room,
Mm-hmm.
and she starts hearing all this banging downstairs.
Okay.
And then she starts hearing her mom downstairs going, "Come down, help me." And she opens her door, and she walks out, and then from her mom's room she hears, "No, I heard it too. Don't go down there."
Oh, I remember that one. I hate that one
Yeah.
so much.
Yeah. So it's kind of based on that.
So oh my gosh, that's so weird. Oh.
So
did she like hear her mom, like her mom speaking downstairs?
right, yeah.
Okay, so her mom called her downstairs, and then she was going, and then her real mom was like, "No, wait, don't."
Or her fake mom. Yeah, you don't really know which one
Yeah,
is the
you
real
don't
one.
know which one. Oh, it's so weird.
If
I
you
don't
really-
like it.
If you really want to read some creepy shit, they're called two sentence horror or something.
Yes.
And they're very.
Oh wait,
very
didn't
creepy.
we watch an anthology about that? Am I
We
using that
did.
term correctly?
Yes.
Okay.
The anthology was not as good as the written.
Oh. Well, I thought it was.
But it was pretty
Pretty
good.
good. Yeah.
So this one, a guy is sitting there,
Mm-hmm.
and he lives with his roommate, and they're hanging out playing video games or whatever. And his roommate's like, "All right, I'm going to bed." And then the guy,
Did you give him a kiss goodnight?
of course, they're good roommates.
Okay.
So, the guy's like, "I'm going to bed." He's like, "Cool, I'm gonna play video games a little longer." And he's playing, and eventually he dozes off, not
Mhm.
deep,
Right.
and then all of a sudden there's this banging on the door. Bang, 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 and he goes, "What the hell?"
Yeah.
And he hears, "It's me, let me in," and it's his roommate's voice.
Mm. Uh-oh.
And then from the roommate's room,
Yeah.
he hears, "What the fuck is that?" And it's the roommate.
Oh my gosh.
And so he goes to check. Then he goes to check the peephole. No one's there. Opens the roommate's door. No one's there.
What?
Yeah, so it would kind of be taking that story and kind of expanding on it.
Oh my gosh. So there's nothing. So there's absolutely no one there, but he's hearing his voice in two different places.
Right.
Ooh, I don't like that.
So that's all I got. I don't really have a resolution for you. I just thought
No, that's really freaky, and I'm probably not going to sleep well tonight.
I just couldn't make it better than the original story. I just changed it.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I gave up on that one.
No, I think you could. I think you could if you workshopped it a little bit more. But that is creepy, though. That is really, really creepy.
It is, but it's
Because it's
essentially the same
is it
story.
a dream, or is it, or is his roommate just messing with him?
Right. And, that's
Is
all.
it another timeline?
It's the same. Yeah. It's the same story as, it was that old urban legend where the person goes out to get fire. They're talking about the Yeti in the woods. And the person goes out to get firewood. And then you hear knocking on the door and screaming and scratching. And they're like, "Oh, the Yeti's coming to get me." But then the next day they find the person's snow jacket. Or they're dead at the door and they were scratching to get in. It's that same.
The next day?
Yeah.
They waited till the next day?
Well, they thought it was the Yeti.
I've never heard that story.
There's a bunch of. It's like the same as like the Hook Man, where they drive home and it's the hooks on the mirror. It's the same. It's all the same kind of
Okay.
urban
I
myth.
thought they were just like, well, he's just still out getting wood. I reckon he's okay.
So this one's. I think this one's pretty scary.
Okay. Uh-oh.
But I could see where it could not be scary.
And you're pretty morbid anyway, so for this to be scary to you...
I phrased that wrong. I think most people won't think it's scary.
What?
Yeah, I think it's scary. I don't think most people will.
Okay. Now I'm really intrigued.
So there's this single guy, and he's dated, but he's not had a bunch of luck with ladies.
Okay.
And he starts.
We are mysterious.
Yeah, he starts going to sleep,
Mm-hmm.
and he sees this woman who is exactly, literally the woman of his dreams.
Woman of his dreams. Okay.
But it's not a sex dream.
That's good. That was so good to know.
He's doing conversation. Like he's literally courting her. Like when he meets her, they're not
he
together.
dreams about dating her.
Right.
Okay. Okay.
So he starts going through like you would with a regular relationship,
right.
where he meets her
Mm-hmm.
like a party or whatever, but he only sees her in his dreams,
Yeah.
and he starts that it progresses like a relationship.
Right.
And then this one I actually had 2 endings for. So I'll tell you the ending. I like both of them equally. But the first ending that I had was he keeps getting more and more involved with her. And so he's fallen in love with her and he wants to spend a whole bunch of time with her. So he starts taking narcotics to make himself sleep longer and longer.
Oh.
And eventually overdoses, dies,
Oh, no.
and that's how he ends up with her.
Oh, no.
I think that one's kind of romantic in a weird, sick way.
Very sick way, but I can kind of see it.
But this one, I think, is really fucked up.
No.
So
Oh, no.
Same thing. He's dating her. They're courting. They get, I want to see you all the time. And he's having trouble going to sleep. Doesn't do narcotics or anything, but he keeps having less and less sleep. Sees her less and less.
So he starts becoming like an insomniac?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then one day, he goes to a friend's house,
Mm-hmm.
and she's there in real life.
Oh, yay. So he meets her.
So he meets her, but he's in love with her.
Right. But
she doesn't know who he
right,
is.
She has no idea.
And I think that's tragic.
Oh, that is. But did they talk in real life? Like just
Yeah, she doesn't like him
at all?
at all. She's like, never talk to me again. Never talk to me or my son again.
That bitch.
No, so that was it. I think, but it's a horror story. It has to be.
Really heartbreaking.
So this is the last one. This one it's actually on the same webpage, and it's based on a painting I saw.
A painting?
Painting.
Okay.
And the painting is of a door on a porch, and the porch kind of looks like the Evil Dead porch, but it could be
Like
any
the
door.
old cabin.
Yeah.
Okay.
It could be any door on any cabin. You've
Yeah.
seen them all.
Right.
You've gone camping. It's that door.
Okay.
But this painting looked sinister. I don't know how to explain it better than it just was an uncomfortable looking painting. I
Just
loved
gave you
it.
that vibe.
Yeah.
I get it. I get vibes.
And so my idea, and then I read a story. So Stephen King wrote this a long time ago, but I had this idea before I read the story. So Stephen King's
No, I'm just kidding.
Stephen King's is about, it's a really boring story, but it's about a guy who keeps taking pictures with a camera, and a dog keeps showing up, like a black dog
Like in the picture.
in the pictures.
Ooh, I've heard stories about the black dogs.
Yeah.
Ooh.
I don't know. The story, I don't know how it ends because I was like, I can't. There's 45 pages that's left, and I just can't do it.
That's. Ooh,
So
okay.
that's kind of what this is. So it's a painting of a door,
Okay.
and each night, this guy, he keeps staring at this painting, longer and longer.
So like he has it in his home.
He has it
and
in his
just-
home.
Okay.
He bought it at a yard sale or something.
Okay,
Has it in his
okay.
hand. And it's not a replication. It's an actual canvas painting.
It's an original.
It's
okay.
an original.
Okay.
And so, he's sitting there and he's with his friends and he's like, what do you think's behind that door? I'm like, what are you talking about? Yeah, the door. Like, what do you think? Like, what do you think? I'm like, I don't know, man. It's just a
Right.
painting.
It's just a painting. There's nothing there.
But he keeps looking at it. He keeps studying it. And he's like, what do you... I really want to know what's behind that door.
Like it's calling to
Mm-hmm.
him.
And one day, he's just staring at it. And in the painting, the door cracks. But no one notices it. And he goes, hey, the fuck, man? Did you see that door cracked? And they go, that door's always been cracked.
Right.
Because it's very subtle. And
Yeah.
the door starts opening slower and slower.
Like what? Like over days or like
Over months.
Oh,
Like
okay.
a long time. So
okay.
to the point where people forget how it looked before.
Right. Okay.
And so the door's opening slowly and
So
slowly.
he's the only one that's noticing it,
Because
really.
he's studying it. Cause
Yeah.
it's and so he quits talking about it. But
Okay.
eventually he starts getting to the point where he's just staring at this door.
Mm.
Hours at a time. I'm like, dude, you got to go to work. What the fuck is your problem?
What are you doing with your
and
life?
Literally, they move out. They're like, this is just too weird.
Oh my God! They just leave him there.
They just leave him there. And he quits working. And he quits eating.
Ooh.
He's just staring at this painting for longer and longer, for days on end.
Some friends they are.
And then it cuts, right? I don't know what you call it in a book where it cuts, but then it's the friends like, when was the last time you talked to Dave?
Yeah.
And they're like, I don't know, man. When was the last time you talked to Dave? Like,
Dave who?
Maybe we should call him. They call him. Yeah, it's been like a week. Nobody's heard from him. So they call him, and he doesn't answer. So they're like, all right, let's go over there and let's check on him because, Dave's fucked up. So they get there.
Yeah, we
They-
just left him alone. We knew he was, something was going on. We just left him alone. So
Yeah.
let's go check on him.
So they open the door.
Okay.
They go in, and everything's clean. Everything's pristine. Everything's exactly where it should be. They go to Dave's room. Dave, where are you? Dave, are you there? Dave's nowhere to be found. They look. They go to his room. All his stuff is there. His wallet, his keys, his cell phone, his cigarettes. Everything.
Is he under the bed?
No. Everything's there. And they're like, I don't know, man. Obviously he's doing okay, right? Everything's clean. Rent's paid.
Yeah.
But, his wallet's here. His keys are here. I don't know where he would have went.
Right.
And they're walking out. And the last guy walking out goes, hey, you guys remember that door being open?
Oh, so he went through the door.
He went
It's
through
like
the
the
door.
idea.
Yeah.
Oh, interesting. Creepy.
Yeah. So those are some of the darker stories of the short stories.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
Super weird.
do feel a little better now having spread some of the darkness out to some people.
Do you feel a little less weighed down?
I do. We'll see how it goes tomorrow morning when I clock in.
Yeah. Yeah, I think the last few months have been hard on everyone, but particularly hard on you.
It's not been great.
Yeah. You do not do well sitting still.
No, I really don't.
Not at all.
But this has been Lost Story Time.
Oh, sorry. I'm Esty Nona.
I'm Claw, Christopher Law on Amazon. Until we talk next time, keep writing. All right, bye, everybody.